Jesus Christ, I've just decided to riff this. When I started trying to set this video up, the fucking little sun was out. It was light outside. Jesus Christ. This might look very simple here. This one screen. It's one screen. And there's an arcade stick and a console. One screen. Well, alright, then there's 3 consoles. One screen, 3 consoles, and an amplifier. Fucking hell. So, basically, don't drink vodka coke and try and fucking do anything after, because Jesus Christ, I've just spent the last 20 minutes, I'm fucking shattered. It's been a really hard week. A really hard week. And yeah, I thought I'll come home, I'll come straight home, and I did. I come straight home tonight, straight home from work. Brilliant. No jobs to do, no little tasks, no shopping, no drop this or drop that, or can you do that first, can you do this first, none of that. Straight home. Brilliant. Straight home. So I thought, well, I'll get a shower, I'll shave my head for you. I'll do that. And yeah, I'll make myself nice and chilled and relaxed. Fucking hell. So I've come up here and I couldn't get a picture. I couldn't get a picture on the screen. I'm thinking, fucking piece of shit. I've had it 2 minutes, screen's a bag of wank, fucking rubbish. Now, I did something the other night where it's only got 2 HDMI sockets, and I've got the OSSC running into a splitter box, and yeah, so I can run my capture card and stuff. So I did that video the other week where I did the alien thing and that, and I captured the video, right? So I still don't know how I figured it out now. I still don't know. So I'm ragging all the fucking wires out the back. Everything's going off. In the meantime, I've ripped the fucking cables out of the amplifier, so then I've got no sound. So I've got no picture and no sound then. So things aren't getting any better. It's not even relevant to what I'm going to do. It's just bats again, which I don't own yet. But yeah, watch this space. I do own this. This came today. I've not shown that yet. It's, I believe, Drift King with Kadidge, of course. And yeah, that was a game that I saw Pixel Vixen show. Go and see Pixel Vixen. She's got 2 channels. One is like, she's a lady living out in Japan. She's a UK, or she's a British person living in Japan, and yeah, she's a game art developer. Yeah, I think it's I've not watched many of her videos, but anyway, I was watching one, and she did a she's got a couple of channels. So there's Pixel Vixen and there's Pixel Vixen behind the scenes or something like that. Anyway, I'll put a link if I remember. But if you put in Pixel Vixen, you'll find her. And yeah, she's just started a channel. She's been running the other channel for a while, but she's just started kind of split off. So she's into games and all that stuff, but she's keeping her artwork separate and kind of travels around Japan separate on another channel. But anyway, she did a how much Saturn can you get for $100? And this was one of the games. I've never seen this before. And she said that it was a good driver, so I went to eBay and had a look, and it was literally a tenner, box complete with spine card, and it's Drift Kings 97, and it says on this one that it's actually a limited edition. It's limited, new limited version, 1997 limited version. But yeah, so I thought I'd grab that anyway. So it was like a tenner. What the fucking hell do you want from me? And I've set that going now, haven't I? Grab that? No, I've not. That's okay. But yeah, the stress behind the scenes, the stress. And even now, I don't like how I'm in that frame. I want to be a bit closer to you. Whoa, and the cat's knocking the fucking tripod. It is the cat, not my fault. I can prove it. Come here. Mum, come here. Come here. And you're going to go, when I pick you up. Like that. He doesn't like being picked up. No, he's not happy. No, he's not happy. He's not a happy cat. Come on, you were loving me a minute ago. Oh no. You don't like being picked up and you don't want to be picked up, do you? Whoa, now he's attacking the fucking... Stop it! Wait! No! Things that happen. It's all gone to shit tonight. It's really gone to shit. And that's not surprising because this week has gone to shit. So everything I've tried to do this week has gone wrong or been a ball ache or a strain or a fucking stress. Do you ever get them weeks? Do you ever get weeks like that? So I said, I'm going to go home and get fucking leathered. It was one of them. It was one of them weeks where you just went, do you know what? Fuck you then. Fuck you. The universe is not playing ball. Bollocks. Okay, fuck you, universe. So, and then, like, as I say, the continuation of that is I come up here and I think, right, come home, I've watched a bit of Christmas telly, trying to keep in the spirit. What? Touch AF cancelled? I don't know, fucking camera's saying some shit to me. The fucking memory card's bound to be corrupted on this one. Because God hates me this week. Thank you! Fucking... Do you ever get them weeks when you think that it's like someone's prodding at you, they keep poking at you, fucking poke him a bit more, poke him, and then you go, you're all having it, you bastards. I can fair understand why you get some guys on a rooftop with an AK-47 just picking people off, because do you know what? Fuck it then. Oh dear. Oh, I didn't need this. This is, you see, this is my relief from stress, and now the battery's gone. Hey, that's the first one. That's the first fuck. The battery's gone. Thank you. One, we'll roll the camera because it's just all gonna go wrong. It's all gonna go wrong in a matter of fucking seconds. I don't know what to say. Oh, hello. If you're new to this channel, it's not normally like this. Apart from when it is. I noticed the other week, or last week's, I kept going blurry, I kept going in and out of focus because I think there's too much behind me to focus on. But anyway, fucking hell, hello, here we are. How you doing? How's your week been? I've had a fucking week from hell. And that's the last thing I want to do is sit here in front of you guys and say, oh, woe is me, you know. But yeah, sometimes you just have a shit week, don't you? And there's no rhyme or reason. It's just been shitting on you. You're welcome. Fucking universe. Yeah, something happened today this week at work as well, which made me really fucking concerned about what the universe's plan is and why it's playing out like it is. You know, when in life, right? In life, you might work really hard. Now, if this is not for you, if you're not working hard and you're one of life's loafers and you're just drifting through and everything works for you and you don't really have to put any effort in, this is not for you, okay? This is not for you. And I know there are people like that. You don't put any effort in, but things happen for you. They go well for you, you know? And you just think, well, this is great. I'm not even having to put any effort in. Maybe you were born attractive, unlike me. You know, you were, and the world owes you a living, so you just coast through on that because you're a pretty person. We all know that. Or maybe you were born into wealth. You know? Wealth. And yeah, you've just had everything handed to you, so you've never had to earn anything. Now I worry about that type of person because you've never had to earn it. You know, if you ever had it took away from you, you're going to be in shit street. You're going to be well fucked because you don't know how to operate in the real world and earn your own shit. So you're going to be fucked. But you know, at the minute you might be having it handed to you and you're just coasting through, and that's fine. Then there are us who have to graft like fuck twice as hard as everybody else on the planet and still not fucking get there. Having said that, has it been on Thanksgiving yet? I'm sat here in front of a Saturn with a nice setup. I've got a nice vertical setup. I've got the stick for the Saturn here. And I've got all the shooters I want to play, and fair enough, and I've got a nice warm house. I've got a hungry cat who does love me. Not that it looks like he does on camera because it's always whinging. was just loving me up before downstairs. I was getting much love from him, and yeah, so there are some good things. I'm not saying there's nothing good in my life. There are. I've got my health, I've got my shit, I've got my wife, I've got a cat, I've got a job. You know, what else do you want? I'm probably going to have a full belly and a sleepy head on Christmas Day, and I'm going to be warm, and let's be thankful. I'm talking myself into it. But there are some weeks when you think, Jesus, I'm like working 3 times as hard as everybody else just to stay on a level. I'm not in front, I'm not behind, but I'm not in front. Do you know what I mean? I'm just on a level. And yeah, just trying to maintain head above water sometimes is a massive fucking effort. Breathing in's a struggle. Do you know what I mean? Anyway. So I sound like Bithead. Come on and vent first, and then, you know, start talking about what is it I want to talk about. Anyway, where are we? Yeah, fucking hell. It's been a tough week anyway. So, not only do I want you to tell me what your week's been like, but I had this thought the other day. In between drinking heavily and working violently, I sometimes get the option of having my own thought. Well, I'm a real glass half empty tonight, aren't I? I'm sorry about that, but yeah, this week's it's just been glass half empty. I'm hoping to go to sleep tonight and wake up tomorrow and turn over a new leaf. We're gonna turn over a new leaf, and hopefully the weekend will be okay. So yeah, so this video will be up when it's up, which will be next week, and then the week after on Christmas Eve. Yes, you lucky people, because there's fuck all else to watch on Christmas Eve, isn't there? You know, you've got nothing on TV. What are you going to watch? Elf again? Probably, but or Scrooge or something on Christmas Eve. But this will be. I'm going to do. Excuse me. I'm going to choke to death now, live on fucking camera. I wonder if I did that, if I choked to death and my wife came home and found me dead, would she play back the camera, not seeing the setup? Would she play it back and then upload it to YouTube as like a eulogy? I'd like to think that she would. So yeah, if you're watching this, Debs, and I've died while I was doing this, I love you very much, but will you upload this to YouTube, please? Thank you. So don't delete the channel, leave it there. Fucking hell. Anyway, randomness. I've drank too much already. It's a vodka Friday, I'm afraid. It's a vodka Friday. So yeah, next week I'm going to do my Christmas Eve show. Is this a show? I'll show it you. And something I've never done, ever, never, ever, ever, is a Q&A. I don't necessarily ask you to leave me questions. You pretty much know what's on my mind anyway, because I'm a heart on sleeve type guy, aren't I? You know that, of course I am. It's getting darker in here. I might have to get a light, but then again I might have to just fuck it off. And you've got the Christmas lights. You can see me, you know, whatever. It was fucking brilliant sunshine through there when I started. Anyway, oh dear. So yeah, I'm going to do a Q&A on the Christmas Eve special edition. Yay! I'll probably have some double oak and coke on the go. And we'll do a Q&A. So if there's anything burning inside you, you've always wanted to ask me. It could be anything. You know, why are you bald? Do you dye your beard? You know, if you were travelling at the speed of light in your car and you switched the lights on, would anything happen? Stuff like that, you know. I like questions from the deep end. I have to say, the deep end of existence. If you want to give me a deep end question, that's brilliant. You know, I once had a very good deep end question from Patimus. I'm struggling to remember what it was now. Remember Patimus? Oh, P, are you watching? Do you watch my shit? You don't comment. I'm pretty certain it was something to do with the universe and the ever-expanding void, and what's at the end, is it custard? Something like that. Anyway, yeah. Me and Shem Muso, Ben, used to have lots of deep convos. You can go into the deep end with Ben and you won't drown. That's the thing, you know. Most people drown if I take them in there with me, you know. Even if I like behave as some sort of buoyancy aid, people tend to drown in there. But anyway, yeah. If you want to ask me any questions, do that. I'm gonna do some gameplay, or I might even show you my pickups. I might even show you this last week's pickups if they arrive. I've had one turn up today. I was a bit worried because of the COVID thing. I think the Royal Mail are really struggling because everyone's deciding to post shit out, aren't they? You know what I mean? So yeah, things that would normally take like a couple of days are taking a week. I've got to send something out tomorrow to a good friend of mine, and a bit of a care package, and I'm going to send it a day early just so it lands with him, you know, in good time, because yeah, I think there's a lot of people posting shit, so the postal service are you know, really struggling. And tip your postman. If you've got a good postman and it goes the extra mile for you. My postman's brilliant. He wears shorts all year round. Not that I'm looking at his legs, but yeah, he's that type of guy. You know, that type of guy that wears shorts year round, whether it's snowing or not. Bit of a footballer, I think he's a footballer. In fact, I know he's a footballer. So yeah, even if there's snow on the ground, he'll knock on the door with a parcel and he's got shorts on. Fucking crazy. Anyway, he's recently had a double hip operation, my postman. He's a footballer, so he's fucked his legs up. He's only in his 30s, only early 30s. But yeah, he's had to have a double hip operation, so he went off. Now my postman does something that he asked me if I wanted him to do, and I said yeah, because it saves me going in for parcels. So he has a meter box key, and my meter box is quite deep actually. It's quite a deep meter box for the electric and the gas outside the front of the house. Pardon. So it's on the outside. And so he once said to me, you know, if I get some parcels that you need to sign for, are you okay for me to sign for them, and then I'll lock them in your meter box? I was like, yeah, go for it. And he's done that ever since, and he goes the extra mile for us. So yeah, he got a Christmas box last year. We'll give him a drink again this year just to say thank you. And yeah, look after your postman. Everyone's always whinging about their postman, aren't they? Like, oh, my postman's this and my postman's that, and you know, fucking things go missing and blah blah. It's an hard job. You want to get up at daft o'clock and walk through cold streets, fucking, you know, it's an hard job. So yeah, look after your postman and your bin men. This is a council support message. Yeah, the people that do all that for you, you know, the people that do things for you while you're at work. Yeah, look after them this year, it's important. Anyway, so yeah, I'm preaching at you now, aren't I? There might have to be a cut jump. I've not got a drink. Cut jump. As if by magic. Yay, we've got an Oak and Coke on the go. Still playing the Switch. It's over here. Yeah, still playing the Switch in Tarte mode. I'm really enjoying the Switch. I had this gifted to me by a very good friend of mine. Yeah, gifted it to me, and the battery lasts ages, and I always thought it was a lot of money for an handheld, I have to say. And I mean, Craig tells me, Craig's here again. Oh, Craig's here again. Go over to Craig's here again's channel. He started uploading, doing his collections, videos. Brilliant to see all his stuff laid out, you know. Craig's got more stuff than we've ever had and sold. So, the fact that he's now putting it up on display for you to go and watch and look at, brilliant. Go across. I'll put a link in the description below. All power to you, Craig. I hope you're alright, mate. I've not seen you for ages. I need to nip round and bring you a Mackie D's. And yeah, have a good old chin wag. But Craig's, yeah, started uploading again, and I like Craig's demeanour. He's a very chilled out guy, Craig. I think this is because he's not actually worked for anyone for years. He works for himself, and yeah, he's just such a chilled out guy. It's good for me, because I'm tighter than a fucking very tight thing, you know. So yeah, it's nice to be around somebody like Craig. He calms me down, and he's a genuine fella as well, which is difficult to find these days. One of few that I know. And yeah, so he started uploading, but for the longest time he said to me, get your Switch set up, get your Switch set up. So I've got it set up, and I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it. I'm playing it. It's nice to play in bed, you know. You have like lay back, just kick back with the Switch, you know. But I am using it as a handheld. I am using it as a handheld. I've only had it plugged into here once, and that's because I want this controller playing on through everything. But it's difficult, you know. You can buy these adapters. You can get these Mayflash adapters and stuff. And they're even doing them now, so you can play your PS4 or Xbox controller on a Saturn. But I want to play the Saturn on an Xbox or a PS4. And they don't do it the other way, it don't work the other way. So I'm struggling to find a controller. I'm going to have to do some, I've got some cables and some pads and stuff. I'm going to have to do some pad hacks. But who's got the fucking time, man? You know. It's difficult, you know, to find time to do this shit. I've had to upgrade the Wi-Fi. I've gone to the BT fucking everything hub now, where we've got discs in rooms, and you know, we've got good Wi-Fi and shit. But yeah, it's there's always something to do in there. There's always something to do. Anyway, why are we here? What are we talking about today? We're going to talk about Axelay. I'm going to just show it straight away. I'm not going to say this game was then waffle on for 10 minutes and then show it. I'm going to go like that. Axelay. And this is in a box protector, so it's lots of shine. So I'm going to take that off straight away. Yeah, Axelay. And that is the Japanese version, which was the very first shooter I bought for the Super Famicom. The very first one. I remember, I was just thinking today actually, I thought I'm going to talk about Axelay, because I've been buying back 1 or 2 shooters for the Super Famicom, and there aren't many on it. The really expensive ones I'm going to use the EverDrive for anyway, so I don't know. Third Lightning, it's a really good game, but it suffers really bad for slowdown. That's R-Type 3. It's a really cool game, and there's some really nice effects in it and stuff, but it really suffers with slowdown. And there's a couple of other shooters that I've bought for the Super Famicom. I'm going to show this one first, because this, as I say, this was the first one I bought. I mean, look at that game art. I mean, we'll do the montagey thing and you can see it close up, you know, but look at that game art, look at that ship, it's fucking brilliant. And this was one of the first games, or first shooters that I played that went from horizontal to vertical. I mean, it starts on a vertical mode, which just hooked me in, because the Mode 7 effects on this are insane. They're fucking insane. But you've got to remember, back in the day, we never really saw anything like this. None of us owned a fucking, you know, shooters on a Neo Geo. You might have. Good for you, well done. But I didn't. I was strictly Super Nintendo at this point, and yeah, I think I had my American Super Nintendo, and on the American Super Nintendo will play Super Famicom cartridge. There's just a couple of little lugs inside the cartridge port, and the way I did it, I mean, you can snap them out, but the way I did it was, I didn't take it apart. I just got a knife and warmed it up, and then just sort of cut them out with the warm knife. And the 2 little lugs that they like sit in the back of the cartridge. But if you take them out, you can put Super Famicom games into your American system and it'll play them. I did also, I think at one point, try and play this through an adapter, and there's a problem with that, because or the adapter I had. Can you remember those really early adapters that were like a board with just a socket on the front for your cartridge and a socket in the top, and it was all a bit wobbly and shit? I had one of those, and I remember this. I don't know why, because I definitely had an American system, and I can remember buying this. But I may have bought this when I had a PAL system, because I kind of went from NTSC and PAL, you know, flicking around, as you do. And I remember I definitely had this on the PAL system, because when I put it in through the pass-through kind of adapter thing, excuse me, on the second level, it's a horizontal scrolling level, and there's a bit where there's this kind of robotic thing, and its arms come out at you. And there's also a moonscape in the background, so there's some parallax scrolling, really cool parallax scrolling, and there's a moonscape in the background, and it all kind of got corrupted. The graphics went all blocky and shit, and then once you got past that, it went back to normal again, and was normal again for the rest of the game. This is the only Super Famicom shooter that I completed back in the day. So I beat the guy at the end, the big lava monster with the arms that come out of you and shit. There's some really cool stuff going on in this game, and it was stuff that I'd not seen previously on any home console. And it still commands a decent price today. It's still regarded something of a hidden gem, and I don't know why. But yeah, it's, I think, I think that's my favourite shooter on the Super Famicom, is Axelay. I've had it on lots of different formats. I had it on the American NTSC release. I've had it a couple of times on Japanese. The reason I sold and rebought this is because my previous one, on the back, it got a big tear on the back. There was a big chunk out of it, which is why I only paid 26 quid for it. I can't even remember what I paid for this to get it back, be honest with you, but it holds a place in my heart, does this, because I can remember buying it. I can remember going into town, and it was one of those shops, I'm gonna chuck it down there, it was one of those shops that was a small independent. I'm almost certain it's where I bought Shadow Dancer from, the same shop. I think that it was available on US, but it may have been more expensive on US. And obviously shooters aren't really that text heavy, and Axelay is well playable on any region that you might buy it for. But I can remember going into the shop. I think it was a Super Play inspired purchase, or it may have been an electronic boutique inspired purchase, because I know at that time as well, in Meadowhall, Electronic Boutique had some import Super Famicom games, and I can remember seeing that first level, you know, the scrolling, and it's kind of, a lot of people don't like it because it's kind of a barrel, it's kind of rolling at you, you know, that the vertical levels kind of roll at you. It's not like Batsigan, it's not like that. It's more like a barrel. It's like rolling at you, and it puts a lot of people off. A lot of people don't like to see it, but I love the effect. I think it's great, and it really gave you that feeling of speed, you know. And there's a particular point at the first level where all these rocks and stuff come in formation. You have to guide your ship through them, and you really got to pull it to the side, because the rocks come across in like this. There's like almost like a dual carriageway of rocks in space, and they come across the screen so fast that you've got to whack your controller, your D-pad across to the right, and you're like, just trying to stay across to the right, or you'll crash in to the rocks and explode. So just that feeling of inertia, that's the word, inertia, clever you see words. Yeah, the feeling of inertia from that game. I've never felt that before, and it really appealed to me. I thought it looked awesome. The sound in it is great. The sound effects and the music and the speech, the synthesized speech is great in that game. No, it just stands up. I think it's an awesome game. It's actually brilliant game. And as I say, it is one of those games that I remember back in the day. Can you remember them? You must be games within your collection that you can remember where you were, what location you were in, what the shop was, maybe even what you paid for it. I can't remember what I paid for that back in the day. It was probably about 35 quid, I think they were going for about that, imports. And as I say, I'd seen it in Electronic Boutique. I don't know why I didn't buy it from there, but I ended up getting it from this little independent game store in Rotherham. It was the one on St Anne's Roundabout. There's like a row of shops behind St Anne's Roundabout, if you know Rotherham. I'm sorry if you do, I'm sorry. But I've had no involvement in any of that. But anyway, if you know that, I don't know about. It was just up from Pickford's. Pickford's is like bathroom, baths and taps and shit, you know, place. Just up from there, there's one of the little units. I'm fucked if I can remember what it was called, but you went in, as I say, there was like, you know independent game shops were like back in the day, with just walls with they got some like 1v1 from B&Q, aren't they? Some like strip, and they'd like screwed it to the wall and just hung the games on it. And they got a CRT in the corner, and whatever system was playing whatever game when you went in, that's where you got to look at, and it got a little counter with his till on it. That was it. You could set a game store up for like 50p back in the day. Paint the walls white, put some fucking wood on the walls and hang your games on it, and boom, there you go. But yeah, I bought it from a shop like that. And there aren't enough of them anymore, are there? You know, you've got to travel far and wide these days to find a decent game store. And yeah, nostalgia. Get a bit of a nostalgia hit there. You feeling it? Yeah. I think they are the two only games I bought from that store, which is probably why I went out of business. But yeah, the Axelay and Shadow Dancer definitely came from that same store. Definitely. And as I say, got it home. At the time I had a PAL system, which is a bit strange because the PAL systems came after, I'm pretty certain after the American system. I've a bit of hit and miss me with the Super Famicom back in the day, or the Super Nintendo. I didn't have a Super Famicom on launch. They were 600 quid, something stupid. When it first launched in the UK, a PAL system, that's probably when I first bought it, because I bought a PAL system initially. My first system was a PAL system. Then reading information in Superplay or wherever talking about the 50-60 hertz and the issues with, you know, 17.5% faster and full screen on an NTSC system. So I probably had, my first system was the Mario pack, Mario World. So I bought it for Mario World, and I probably bought that with an adapter, because I can definitely remember those glitches. And then I can remember upgrading to an American system, and those glitches didn't happen when I played it on the American system. I think that's where we're at. So yeah, actually I bought that when I had a PAL system and I was running it through a converter, pretty certain. Otherwise, why would I remember that I had graphical glitches and shit? Anyway, Axelay. That's the game we're talking about. So yeah, we'll have a look at, we'll have a look at the game art and the box and everything. Excuse me, we'll do a bit of gameplay as well. We'll capture a little bit of Axelay. I've not played it for quite a while, not played it for like the longest time. I did complete it. As God is my witness, on TC's life, I completed Axelay once. Back in the day, before I was drinking vodka regularly and lost all my hand-eye coordination because I'm old and fucked. So yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look at Axelay.
Installation is complete. With light.
Right. Here we are. There was a young man from Belgrave who found a dead hooker in a cave. His mate said, "That's disgusting." They said, "It only needs dusting and think of the money I'll save." Right. I can still hear myself. Oh, I don't know how this is going to be because... Wow, that's fucking black. Oh, it's too bright. It needs to be there behind the thing, but I've got nothing to fuck it on. If I move the hard girl there, put in there. That's that, but let my eyes come back to normal. How are you anyway? I've discovered a new drink. It's called Stag's Breath. I can still hear myself in here like crazy. Turn it down. I'm hoping that's going to be alright. I can't piss about with the settings anymore. Can't see the screen. Yeah, it's 1/3 whiskey, 1/3 Drambuie, and 1/3 lemonade, and it's awesome. It's a great gear. So yeah, I've had a couple of those today. Thanks to Martin for that. Cheers, Martin, if you're watching. Yeah, I think you do. My eyesight's coming by now. I'm just going to do a quick jump cut in case. I can't believe that just finished recording. Oh. Yes, I'm still getting used to this search now. I can't believe you didn't see me kill that boss. Hopefully it did, but bugger. This was a bit of a starting to ramp up the difficulty a bit here, like I've got it already. So, yeah, the patterns are becoming... It's almost like you've got tasks to solve this level, you've got to shoot these sort of things away. Watch these like all up and then to progress, so yeah. It's almost like a puzzle element to it as well as just aimlessly shooting patterns. Can't believe that stuff. I love that into one eye thing as well. At my age, when I call it panic, I call it an I think if that looks easy, don't forget I have got it on the easy setting, so I'll play on normal and hard. Get a challenge out of it. Stretches in and out of the shot. Yes, for the effects. I think they were just playing. I think they just thought, we'll try this. And then left it in. Because it looked cool. So I don't think you've seen graphics used. Certainly not on Sony in this way, in any way. One ship left. There's so many years since I played it. there you go. Axelay. Great game, great shooter, and one of my favourite games for the Super Nintendo, Super Famicom. Now, I'm not going to switch the other camera back on and do an outro, because I can't be arsed. That's lazy of me, but yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for all the new subs. Thanks for joining me again. It's been yeah, quite nice to see the sub count climbing again. So cheers for that. And yeah, don't forget Christmas Eve. We're going to be back with a pure waffleage, and leave me some questions. Leave me some questions. It was going to be a Christmas Eve questions and answers with Schmoops and Stuff, aka Consolo. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening. As I just said,